IVM.
कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Okay, that disclaimer was far too long. It was half the show, I thought, in that disclaimer alone. And I still couldn't read it because I forgot my glasses. This is Cyrus says, morphed into cock and bull, and from 4 way down to 3. Our enthusiasm is waning, but we've got a lovely guest today. Not guest, she's not really a guest, she's part of the family. But I haven't seen her for a long time and already made boo-boo after boo-boo and embarrassed myself. Her respect for me is even less. We'll talk about her in a second. Along with her, we have that other fellow who's always there who's not shaving and for some reason wears so much. It's 39 degrees. Yesterday 39 degrees, today it'll cross 40. And Silverie is the only person I know dressed like he's going to Greenland forever. We've got Abijit Ganguly sitting far away in Delhi, pretending that he's in Delhi so he doesn't have to come to the studio here. Fair enough. And he's going to tell us about his life. But before that, I have just one complaint here in the canteen. IVM spruced up. It's like the Taj Mahal, no? It's fantastic. Everything is new. And I sat and ate my omelette today. And they put a knife and fork and the spoon old-fashioned, Western style. And I want to change that. It's like religion, anything else, we've got to change things. After some time, just same old, same old. So my request is, instead of having this left-right thing and all that, can they just put 2 forks and 2 spoons and 1 knife in 1 box and just keep it nearby? I think that's a much better way, because I use the 2-fork system, as I've mentioned before. I'm a 2-fork guy. No pun intended. I'm actually into the whole 2-forky thingy. I just find it easier to eat with 2 forks. And I don't know why, it looks so bad. You always put a fork in left hand, spoon in right hand. You're such a barbarian. No, I'm not. I'm an innovative genius. I've come out with a 2-fork system. It's faster. Eat a biryani with 2 forks. See how fast you can eat. Eat Chinese food with 2 forks. See how fast you can eat. Give 2 forks, man, in life.
No.
That's what I say.
Working Monday to Friday glued to your chair making you feel dull? Worry not. Get your 5-minute weekly dose of travel around the world with postcards from nowhere. Join me every Thursday as I explore the strange, obscure, and fascinating parts of the world and bring out facets of travel you may not have thought of before. You can find us on the IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you get your podcast from.
All right. I think Abijit.
Antariksh, don't interrupt, Cyrus. I just want to see where this was going. Sometimes you have to just let a person. It's like you just go on. And
Abijit, you don't live in my family. In my family, they pick on people like this. It's a very anglicized family and westernized family, and they pick on you. Like, how can you walk? How can you put this here and put that there? My good friend Kunal Vijayakar, he starts showing disdain and all. Oh, fork is in the... While eating steak, which is banned meal, so don't eat it here. He said, how can your knife be in your right hand? It's in your left hand. I had no idea what hand it's in. So apparently there's a big difference. And you look like a loser in, say, Europe, which we're not in.
But how do you eat rice with 2 forks?
You can.
You can, but why would you?
How do the Chinese, that advanced race, eat with those 2 things?
I mean, sure.
And they eat faster. Have you had a fight with a Chinese guy over food, a speed fight? He'll beat you every day. He'll just use those 2.
No, because
that's their philosophy in commodities.
Millions of Chinese people in Powai.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm like best.
Well, there are 2 at least now, because there's one your favorite Chinese restaurant is there.
So that doesn't mean they're Chinese owned.
Don't be a racist. If there's not Chinese, if Chinese aren't serving in a Chinese restaurant, I'm not going there. I want authentic. I have Parsis in a
they're all
Parsi
Indians.
restaurant. Muslim is a Muslim restaurant.
Some Nepalis might be there. That's that most.
You go to a Shetty restaurant. You call a Shetty restaurant Shetty. Look how racist you guys are. Okay, let's go to the Shetty restaurant and eat. That's fine. What the hell is that?
Do you really think all Italian restaurants have just Italian people?
Yeah.
Have you been to Don Giovanni in Juhu?
We don't have a single Italian.
There was a guy called Carlos Pereira. Half he sounded Italian, and then the Pereira gave it away. But Carlos was there. I thought it was good.
Yeah, our pizzerias should only have Italian people and Americans in it, but we have none.
Well, I have one Gujarati gentleman who has a strange accent who gives me pizza. But that sounds wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much like I'd like to have it between 2 forkies or something you said. I think that topped it.
Yeah. Okay, but you might think it's funny, but try it once. Just use 2 forks and see what happens. Okay?
I've seen people do that, and they haven't been good people.
Just because Putin has once in a while used the 2-fork system. Come on, for God's sake, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wanted to quickly mention, Abijit, wherever you are in Delhi, I don't know what the weather is, but in Mumbai, there's a heat wave going on and now
Yeah.
it's serious.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't take
Everybody's
it.
been complaining about it.
So I wear
Yeah.
this because of you keep the AC so damn cold.
You
and-
wear this because you were dealing with some issues with your body.
No, it's just.
I as a student of bodybuilding, let me
Oh,
tell you
sure.
that
Let-
this is
I'll let you
ridiculous.
diagnose it.
It's unnecessary.
Wearing so much stuff, don't you have like blisters and all?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is
No,
like,
man.
Like if
So,
you're
no,
being
our-
out, it's
our-
wearing so much.
Our AC is
Rishi Kapoor hangover.
cold in general. I put this on when I reach the office and then I take it
Oh,
off.
I've seen
after
you
reach.
at Mike's also wearing denim jackets.
Busted.
What? Denim jacket?
Busted.
I've never worn a
Play
denim
some
jacket in my
music.
life.
Busted.
Jackets,
Busted.
Yeah, that day, that room might have been cold, but I've never worn a denim jacket. I think
He
you were
goes
talking about the
He
yellow
has a Shah
thing
with a
jacket.
full raincoat and everything.
Yeah,
He
correct.
just won't remove for some
Yeah, yeah.
reason. Yeah.
But I understand how strange it is when you go outside and it's so hot. You enter the building and it's
Yeah.
immediately so cold.
Isn't that
Like there's
beautiful?
no.
The other way is terrible, but when you come into cold from hot is lovely. One of the great things. You mentioned it, one of you mentioned yesterday, right? On the show, that you pass the shop and you get that
Yeah,
AC ka wave.
Naveen mentioned, yeah.
Naveen mentioned it. Naveen, the things that make Naveen happy, other than breaking beds
Breaking
and
beds.
bridges,
Yeah.
are really simple things in life. Like you
Yeah.
pass, when you're on a hot day outside a mall or something, you pass one of the things and the doors open and that AC ka gust comes.
Yeah.
That's the
How many
best.
of us have gone back and stood
Malls.
there
Correct,
unnecessarily?
Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you enter
But it's
the
a
mall,
whole
yeah.
other thing when you wear glasses and you go from cold to hot and your glasses
Oh,
just fog up.
Yes.
And then
that's
you can't see for
Yeah.
a while. And then you realize that you have a legitimate disability.
like
with-
masks. How?
3 people in this panel clearly relate to it, and Cyrus is just.
I had
Cyrus has
This
spectacles,
happens
yeah.
to
but
you.
You
I
just
got
always forget.
glasses in my 2 years back and I keep forgetting them.
Have you guys seen Cyrus's
What's your
glasses, by the way?
What's your power, Cyrus? What's your power?
1.5, but it may be more now because anyway, I can't see.
Man, no, but Cyrus wears taped up
That's
glasses.
no
Like
power.
that-
Yeah.
he wears taped up glasses. Like half of the frame
They all
there's a
keep-
tape
they
on
break.
the frame.
Abhijit, they
because he's
break.
breaking
I'm
his
into
glasses.
I'm into not wasting money, so I always try to repair things which are broken, like my marriage. It stays the way it is. I could easily change her for a younger. Well, maybe not.
Talking about the
Jokes you
glasses
can
now?
crack when you're not recording from home.
Yeah, and more importantly, Abhijit, there's a limit to comedy. Comedy
mean-
का कुछ limit होना चाहिए ना. No one's going to buy this. You will get a younger woman. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I mean-
Niveditha's laughing her head off here.
Especially when you use 2 forks to eat. That's just.
That's a turn off. That's not fair.
I mean, you do look like you don't know how to use the table
In
utensils.
fact, I
or
find it
whatever.
slightly racist that they have to insist that we put the one, this is the spoon here. Abhijit, you say something. You're a Delhi guy, the revolutionary.
No, that is fine. Okay, Abhijit, go
It's
ahead.
old-fashioned,
I'm just
yeah.
enjoying you talk
No,
about
see,
it.
I don't.
Old-fashioned.
Correct. I don't mind कि अगर instead of being on the right hand side of the plate, it is on the left hand side, the knife or the spoke. That is fine. I'm just worried about you eating with 2 forks, like everything. Just there is a knife, there is a spoon.
But I actually understand sometimes, how he said he can't use the knife with his left hand.
That's
what
what
you said?
cutting.
Yeah.
No,
Flesh.
but
I
knife
should
is
talk
right
about.
hand. Knife is right hand.
Oh, okay. So it is the right hand. It's supposed to be the
So-
right
so-
hand.
Knife
Yeah.
right
I
hand.
have
Yeah.
no
Left
idea.
hand.
For cutting. Are you vegetarian?
I am.
Then,
My lifestyle is, but
Then you're
I
out-
Are you
experiment.
left-handed otherwise? Like when
No,
you
I'm
Oh, you're
right-handed, which is why I can't cut with a knife with my left
Left
hand
hand, yeah.
because it's
your
not
dates
powerful
must be
enough.
spectacular. Not today, honey. Hands are tired.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah, no kebabs then on dates
Wow.
for you. Yeah, just nothing you use a knife with, right?
But
Is that it?
kebabs also
guess-
the fork works much better, doesn't
Actually, yeah,
it?
it does.
Kebabs
I
is
mean, as
generally-
long
kebabs
as
is
it's soft and you
Yeah.
can like.
Guys, why are we talking about cutting kebabs using fork
Okay.
and knife?
Okay. We had a healthy show
Let's
for
move
the
on.
10 minutes or whatever. It was pretty healthy, and then
Yeah.
boom.
All right, we never bring up the forks again.
Never.
All right,
Never.
Let's not.
I stand corrected. It was a waste of time.
Except if we can tie it
Borrow
back at the
knife,
end of the
borrow
show,
knife.
then let's bring it up. But that's to be.
Should I talk about plastic forks? Because that makes no sense.
Plastic forks are
I
tough.
have broken them everywhere. In
Yeah,
CNBC, they give us these plastic forks and spoons on a dosa. Of course, why am I using a fork on a dosa is another question. But
Spork? Have you seen a spork?
Yeah, I've seen a
spoon
spork.
fork.
Yeah.
There
When a
was a
spoon and a fork, that's why I don't keep them together. They get married. Next thing you have a spork. Nobody wants the spork. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
All right.
Fair
I think
enough.
we've exhausted
Let's-
this.
yeah, I think.
Star Wars
Yeah.
character.
We are, our committee of critics is looking down and saying, "Bas
Sorry,
enough."
Abhijit is saying something about Starbucks.
हाँ, Abhijit.
Star Wars.
Star
Not
Wars.
Starbucks.
Oh, I heard Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
Oh, yeah. I heard coffee. I'm like, morning, I need my coffee. Like, Starbucks. Okay, fine. What do you say about Star Wars?
What is he saying? You're not letting him
Yeah.
say.
Nothing. Not worth a mention.
No,
I
it's
think
not
we
that.
dragged this topic far enough for us to move on to something
The
else.
Star Wars and
Okay.
Starbucks have upped it, so fair enough. We have hit bottom, rock bottom. The
man.
level is can only go up from here. Bruce
Yes,
Wayne, you're right.
Yes.
He's a man after my own heart.
Yeah.
He uses 2 forks.
Yeah, he does.
Confirmed. Yeah.
Hey bro, Silverie, I saw
Yeah.
Batman. How dare you say good things about that movie?
What are you saying? How dare you say bad things about that movie, dude?
Wow.
It was the shittiest Batman I've ever
What are you
seen.
saying?
No,
Batman
not
that
at
was.
all.
Mother of God.
This movie
Have
has
you seen it?
divided
I've never seen a
people.
shit
Have you seen
One
it?
second, Niveditha speaks
Have you seen it,
now.
Niveditha? Have you seen it?
I have watched it. Yeah.
And what did you think?
What is your...
I actually understand why both
Niveditha-
sides
Okay.
have such
Yeah, you're just playing it safe. But
Dude,
Niveditha,
extreme
have you seen a
opinions.
more shitty Like this was
Dude,
the
it was
shittiest
very
Batman.
good.
Like, it was
End was a little
it
long.
Like
I agree with
One
that.
second. I'm recovering from
It was
Niveditha
like
behaving
that.
like the Congress working committee
Yeah.
discussing
Suno,
whether Gandhi
bhai.
should lead or not. Can you give
Dono
a straight
sides
answer or
hai.
not?
Yeah. There are good people on both sides. That's the Trump reaction.
Look,
That's the
I'm
difference.
I'm on the fence on this one. Like I thought it was very
Hey.
cheesy, but I thought the cinematography was nice
Okay,
in
I'll
places.
give my point. I'll give my
Okay,
point over here.
okay.
First of all, okay. Look, Batman.
Wait,
is
did you
supposed
sleep
to
through
be
it?
Cool.
Wait,
Did
let
you
him
sleep at any
let him
point?
rant. Let him
No, I
rant.
was
One sec.
sleeping.
Go
I
on.
slept
Go
through
on.
it.
Yeah, please. Yeah, see, Batman's supposed
A
to be a
little bit.
cool person, like a cool character, like in the shadows and everything. And here's like just imagine, no, if four of us are just sat at dinner table and suddenly there's a guy wearing bat suit, like don't make it that realistic also, and just he's talking with you about folks, while having like it's just so this Batman who's just in the room with other cops and one of the cops is like get this guy out and he's just standing over there like a moron, like no, I don't want to go out and stuff like that.
Can
It's just like what the hell happened to this cool guy? He's not even able to land.
He won't be able
Like,
to
he's
pick up
not-
the fox with the gloves. It's just not a possibility. I know for a
I think he
fact.
just eats
Bat-
barehanded.
I don't know about
But
that.
Batman-
Don't bring the fox into this. Okay, the fox is over. Sorry, go on.
Okay, sorry, but yes, the Batman, dude, Batman's supposed to at least be able to. Isn't Batman supposed to be on glider and shit and be able to he's not even able to land properly? What the fuck, your Batman? It's
Hey,
genuinely
dude,
like if
So he's
Cyrus
a
or
new
me would have been
Batman. That's the
Batman
thing.
Yeah.
He's
One
new at being Batman. He's literally 2
One
years into it.
second.
Shitty Batman.
Air
That's
India,
what I'm saying.
Air
He's
India
a
has
Yeah,
been
so that's fine. He's
Air
a shitty
India has been
Batman.
flying planes
As
for
Batman.
150 years, but it's not necessarily good at it.
No.
I mean,
See, there's a level progression, right? In the next movie, you will see he's a better Batman and better at being a detective.
Dude, I saw Batman
and in the third one,
Begins, I saw Dark Knight. I saw Dark
Huh.
Knight Rises.
Yeah,
this is a different
Abhijit's
take.
point is well taken.
every take
Batman
of the
They've already
Joker
done
or
a Batman
Batman.
Begins. The Begins, the transition, the kindergarten
I mean,
Batman
no.
is over. He should be now in college and doing well.
This is
I
Batman
think
for a
Ben
new
Affleck was better
generation.
as Batman than this guy.
Man,
this
next
Ben
movie you
Affleck,
see.
this was Antariksh, this was like if Batman would have been like a poetry slam guy, like it's just so.
Man, it
he's
was
just not
very
cool.
good, yeah.
He's
Like,
just-
no,
It was, but I think it was for kids because
you gotta
there were
give us
No,
a
no, it
decision.
There
absolutely
were
was not for
moments.
kids.
They are one all here. So we
Absolutely
need to-
not for
can you
kids,
lean
though.
towards
People are
one
saying this
side.
Batman
Lean
was good.
slightly.
I genuinely even Ben Affleck was better than this. Like how? Can
No!
Batman be such a
Ben Affleck was a fine
Like-
Batman,
like,
but
he's
this
just-
Batman movie was great, I felt. Because, dude,
You
Firstly,
slept
did you
through
see
it.
that
One second.
moment?
I slept
You guys
only
are
like
not going to agree.
10
He
seconds of
first-
it in two
Cyrus-
different points.
His point is Ben Affleck was a
Cyrus-
waste of time in any case, and you're saying no, he wasn't. So there's no
Ben
point
Affleck
in
was okay.
discussing this.
I think Ben Affleck was okay because anyway, he didn't have.
Yeah,
The movies
did
were
you,
terrible. The movies
Niveditha,
were
Did
terrible.
you see that scene in which Batman goes and talks to the Penguin and Penguin tells him, "Hey, he's to blame for your death of others." And in the next scene, within 5 minutes, he goes to the other guy and
Yeah,
he's like, "No,
Maroni.
he's to blame."
Yeah.
And like within 5 minutes, yeah, how are you? Such a
Yeah, not just that.
I
So
get
it.
one of the,
Listen,
I think
listen.
that one of the funniest things about this Batman was how he kept reading the riddles out loud
Yeah,
and then
correct.
answering
Nobody
them
does
out
that.
loud.
Guys, this is a question of logistics again because they give you what they call a sheet in the morning when you're acting sometimes, and you've not gone through it, and sometimes you miss. Yesterday's sheet came tomorrow or whatever. These things happen. This is not his fault as the actor. It's the fault of
I
production.
haven't seen a lamer Batman. Like this is like if I would have been Batman, it's like my life then.
चिल्ला
Like,
चिल्ला
I'm
के
not
पूरी
saying
movie
this.
का plot
People
बता
are
दे
like,
गांगुली.
get out of
All
here.
I can say is it
Stuff
all
like
made
that.
sense to me
It's just-
as a Batman story.
Okay, that's a good point.
Because-
You're telling the story, and the 6 people left to
Oh, yeah,
see it
correct.
and are getting upset.
Yeah,
Bruce
Oh,
Wayne
man.
himself is criticizing you. He
Yeah.
himself is saying,
Guys,
"Don't
Batman
tell
dies
story."
in the end. Go ahead.
Twice.
Go watch it.
He dies once and then again after 5 minutes because,
There's
like you
supposed to be
said,
2 more movies, but
Yeah.
Batman dies in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but it's 3 hours, so you feel like you spent your money
3
for a
hours.
good thing.
That is true.
But can I just say,
Yes,
my
yes.
15-year-old
It's
daughter-in-law
long.
friends loved it, and she's a big critic of because she loves both DC and Avengers, and for her criticisms will be very valid because it's taken very
She
seriously.
must have been Cyrus. She must have been because of the Robert Pattinson factor.
beta bhi
Like,
mat
because
ja.
of that factor only.
Oh my god, I could not remove the whole
So-
Edward Cullen thing from Robert Pattinson's Batman character.
all
He
that,
looked like him
all
the
that. So
entire
these
time.
girls, teenage girls, are discussing that only. They went in thinking Robert Pattinson's the wrong choice, but he sort of converted them to how Silverie said, somewhat not as bad as we thought. No one's saying he.
No.
Everybody still likes.
I was
what's
already
his name?
already expecting it to be a good
as
Batman.
bad as I thought, and he was worse.
What's the bad?
No, not at all.
Like,
What-
he
I
was
don't agree.
What's the Batman
So,
Begins
I haven't-
guy?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale is their
Christian
favorite.
Bale.
Is
Yeah.
that
Christian
fair?
Bale,
Is that
yeah.
fair?
Dark
Everyone?
Knight.
The
Great.
best.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
Okay,
Dark
so then
Knight
this
series
guy,
was the best.
they rated him second after that, and then
I would.
and then
Same. I did.
Val
I
Kilmer.
named him. I rate.
No,
this
you know
guy.
what? This
Oh,
Batman
what?
tried to be funny.
What?
I appreciated that, but I
So
wish
you-
it was funnier.
No,
than...
but
It wasn't funny. The movie wasn't funny.
He,
Like,
Dude, that was-
No, so-
unintentionally funny.
Yeah, it was
that's
unintentionally funny.
That's
Dude,
different.
he-
That's like us.
Yeah.
That's like us. That's not funny.
He
That's
pulls
stupid.
out a
yeah.
parachute and he like gets
Yeah.
hit.
Stop
And that
giving
was
out
a
the
comic.
secrets of the.
He's trying to
People
figure
have
out.
seen it.
He's trying
I
to
haven't
figure out
seen
his
it.
gadgets, trying to figure out how to soar through the skies
If you
in the
can't
night.
land also, like Batman's whole supposed to be like gliding. and
You're
stuff. If you
criticizing
can't
me
even
about my
land-
two forks.
Hey, man.
Abhijit. My two
Okay.
forks is a big
Call yourself
issue,
a mouse
and you
man
can't
or
get over his
something.
landing.
I
The man
think
is
also
saving Gotham City. Let the landing go. जाने दो भाई.
the
19
movie-
20 की फर्क है.
movie should have been called
Okay, guys.
Vengeance.
Alright.
Not
There's a way to
Batman.
solve it. There's a way to solve it. This is law at its best. Like my teenage daughter and her friends. So you give me the list then. Christian Bale, you all three agree is number one. Then who's number two?
Yeah.
On that will depend this answer. With
Everybody-
George Clooney.
Everybody, George Clooney, Val Kilmer.
No. I think
everybody
Pattinson
has
was
been
number two.
better than-
except
Nah.
except Ben Affleck.
Dude,
Michael
they
Keaton
did
was
not-
pretty
they
great.
did not show his
You didn't
frontal
see
body
that.
because they know he could not pull it off. So they kept showing his back. Like they just kept showing his bare back. Like because they knew that the frontal, it would. be
Have you
evident that
seen
he is supposed to be a
Singham?
Batman.
Singham is the same without the mask.
Singham, honestly, Singham is also better than this.
What are you
Batman.
saying,
I'm
bro?
Because he lands properly the
What are
mode.
you
He
saying,
lands
bro?
the van properly.
At
हाँ.
least properly, man.
Break
How
apply
can you
करके
be
टका
correct.
Batman and not be able to land? This genuinely is like any. Oh.
I would say,
Because it's
but
Batman.
I would say that
Batman.
Superman would be a big issue. Because Superman's all about the flying.
No.
Batman is like
Correct.
Right.
So I see. These are spoilers, guys. So maybe
Yeah,
we
yeah,
should
yeah,
not
no.
talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this.
All I'm
Because I want to talk about the sequence you're
Can
talking about. The one with where he
let
can't.
Niveditha end it because she's the one on the fence. Because
Yeah.
otherwise
Yeah,
you don't have a-
honestly, I enjoyed the funny parts, although they were unintentional. I feel like,
Don't do
but
that.
I wish it was funnier. I think they could have made this movie super funny and it would have saved.
give a verdict
movie a
because,
little
like,
bit.
let's say he's given pro and that's against.
You know what? I think this is up to audiences.
Wow.
Like, we'll have to find out.
Wow.
One straight
Are you
answer. in
a
half
cast
an hour.
member of the movie?
No more.
Yeah, man. Why are you talking like a person who's associated
Because-
with the film?
Yeah.
Forget that. It's like she's standing for elections. Just won't commit. हाँ hijab है, hijab नहीं है, hijab है, hijab नहीं है. That's your answer. हाँ.
Because that's what it means to be on the fence, you know? You don't know. You haven't made a
Like,
decision.
If you're trying to make it that realistic, फिर तो Batman को मुंह पे इधर ये वाला नीचे वाला मास्क भी लगा दो ना. फिर इतना ही
So
तुम्हें
basically,
real दिखाना है.
for
तो
Mr.
like, what is wrong
Ganguly,
with you,
Yeah.
man?
the credibility of Batman died, which is a terrible thing to happen for him. Because honestly, if you don't believe in the Batman's performance and the whole credibility of the story and all, then you have killed 3 hours of your life. So that is a sin. But you said you came out looking and
Yeah.
feeling great.
I was really happy.
You
with
acted
it,
like
yeah.
Batman after that, and you landed properly and all that. When you jumped from the first floor,
Yeah, I did.
he did it at the age of 5. He jumped from his
Yeah.
first floor
5, 6, maybe.
because
What happened to
you wanted to
you?
get down before his parents.
No, I jumped
No,
down.
by the way,
to going
Niveditha,
home
and the
and
first time he
took
said
my
this,
leg.
he said he was 3 years old. And
I
every
didn't say
single
3.
podcast is
I
increasing
would
the
never
age
say
to make it
3.
believable.
Ah.
So
Why
now
would-
4,
did I say
5,
3?
6, now look at him, he's going towards 6. Cyrus.
I don't
He's
think I
going
said
towards
3.
6
Mr.
right
Ganguly,
now.
he will reach 10 and he
Yeah,
will
yeah.
also reach the 3rd floor.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
matter of time.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously something happened.
He can be the
jumped
next
out
I
of
was-
Batman
no,
because
I
he
was
landed
just-
properly.
I was just going back home. I had a bat in my hand and I just jumped from.
Wow, Batman.
Not like a cricket bat, not like a Batman
correct.
bat.
But what would you?
So now you're the worst Batman. Now we are clear.
But what did you do it for? Like,
Just going home.
He's Punjabi.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
ask too
Considering
many
even
Batman
questions.
could not
Everything
land
is not
properly, how
science.
is this-
Oh. Sorry?
Dude, first floor, like
Considering even Batman can't land properly.
basically not out of the window. of the
Batman would
first
not survive,
It's
Pawai.
like-
What are you nuts or what?
From the you climb the first floor staircase. The staircase I jumped down.
oh
And,
my god.
But
Okay.
he was a kid. Like whatever, 3, 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah,
he was
whatever.
a kid.
I was a kid.
And
Yeah.
what kid does that? mean,
I was first standard.
Do
would
you
have been
still
the height I
have
would
the
been.
urge to jump off?
No, I just did. I don't know why. I sprained my leg
now
and I
his-
hated
now
myself.
His parents encourage him. Beta,
I
yeah.
found myself very stupid after doing it, of course. But yeah,
Oh, you could reflect as a
yeah,
kid.
yeah. Like immediately, I hurt myself. So I have to like now use the
motivation
bat in
is
my
not
hand
clear.
as
The
a
motivation-
walking stick.
Yeah, the second part is clear. Ki after that, he acted out like an old man
Yeah,
for the
Go back
injury and
home.
all that with
Yeah.
the hobbling thing. But why did he jump? That's not clear.
I don't
He
know. I
doesn't
think
know
it was
himself.
just I just did it like out of impulse. I was
Oh
like,
my
hey,
no
look at
wonder
this.
you relate. No wonder you relate with the Batman who can't land. Like this is all your childhood.
And Abijit, you wanted him to jump out of the first floor after 5 minutes of watching the movie. Batman
like
jump!
a shitty Batman. Like, yeah.
What's the parachute story? Not that we should give away anything.
No, somebody got very annoyed that I said the parachute. But basically,
But there are some
he has
gimmicks which look stupid. I
Yeah,
think a parachute
and
tends
I
to look
think they
stupid.
were meant to be. So they
it
were
wasn't
trying
a
to show
parachute,
how
it was a
bad he
wingsuit.
was.
A what suit?
A wingsuit.
Ooh,
Oh,
Batman.
I actually.
But it's like a parachute.
Yeah,
It brings
that's
glides
what
you
it
down
is.
slowly, sort of
Yeah.
thingy. Yeah.
No, but he pulls a parachute like. Okay, you know what?
Okay,
I don't want
just
to talk
last
about
question.
this.
So Pattinson passes the test or not?
No.
Yes.
They didn't even show his frontal body because he could not. He
Hey,
was so miserable.
heterosexual male.
Like,
Stop it.
Arey
Calm
yaar.
down. Huh?
Arey, it's not.
Nidhi.
See,
क्या चाहिए निधि
Nidhi's
भाई?
not here. Nidhi's not
निधि
here.
बहन क्या चाहिए?
But-
I don't think he
But the thing
fails.
is, they showed just his back. They kept showing just his bare back because they knew if they show the frontal, I mean,
Yeah,
probably he just
tone-
had
I
developed
just-
his
I
back.
just-
That Abhijit. He's anyway dark, brooding, less is more sort of superhero growing up in comics and in the movies. So it's just showing the back and silhouettes and half cuts and all. Isn't that the way it is?
I
Always?
just thought all the
No, but
staring could
he's-
have been cut down by a few seconds.
But the
Like,
staring is also part of
always
Batman.
staring.
Yeah, it is.
This is generic to all Batman, yeah.
No, but they
This
did
is
it a
a
little too
Batman-
much in this one.
Yeah, this is if Batman wanted to be a poet. Like, you can hear him say in front of mics and people going like this. Like, that's.
Batman's
God,
a
what
lot like
shitty
my friend
Batman.
Rahul Bose, so there's a lot of staring and, the dialogue can come later. On look. Or Rohit Roy. Rohit Roy does it lovely, he just looks at you
Yeah,
for
Rohit Roy's
5 to
great,
7
yeah.
seconds. I've gone play with him. Lots
Right.
of staring. The whole play took 3 hours. It was a 1 hour play. Half the time he's like, so what do you think? And the tilt of the chin and all that. Boss, it's not easy. You got to be good looking to pull that off. We look stupid. Anyway, so that's it. Batman
That's it, yeah.
is 1 all. We couldn't
Yeah,
get a
correct.
decision. In the
Yeah.
chat, if anybody's interested in telling us, maybe we can do a count.
Yeah.
A sort of vote.
I have another.
Everybody's saying Batman's a shitty movie except
No, no,
Silverie.
no, no, no.
Everybody's
Dude,
like,
everyone's saying it's good only. Okay, there's
Bruce Wayne, just
No.
little secret, the guy
I don't
called
even
Bruce
like-
Wayne who's on our show now, he's not really the Batman. I'm pretty sure. I just have this gut feeling. that he ain't the real guy.
next movie, Batman.
Someone has
Robin
said,
Romantic.
Sharveen Bhatta said, someone emailed Pattinson's topless photo to Ganguly.
Yeah, yeah. And Robin ka back shot and Batman ka front shot. And then they can cover whatever they need to also and you're happy.
Dude, like उनको पता था इतना पतला लगेगा कि they won't be able to justify it, इतना कमजोर लगेगा, so they did not even show it. Like they just like went from.
I
the
find
I
this-
noticed that.
Like,
Yeah.
I find this
Yeah, it
point,
was so
Abhijit, of yours
weird.
very awkward in the sense that this is really bugging you that he couldn't see his abs. I mean, you're a fan, yes,
not
but
about- I could not
is
see
this
his
not
abs.
awkward?
His
He didn't have
suit-
abs, is what he's saying.
Even his suit looked like an armor,
Yeah.
It looked like
They
he
can
was...
CGI it. Niveditha, you don't need to go and do push-ups. Of course you can. You can put a bodysuit on. There's so
My-
many different things.
My main criticism is not that Batman wasn't perfect. It was like Batman is supposed to be cool. At least make him cool. Not
He's,
make him
he's
like
learning the
an idiot
ropes.
who's just
He's
being-
learning the ropes.
Forget it. Just
Yeah.
go and see Krish. You'll feel better. All good.
No, in fact, I think-
तेरे को abs चाहिए ना? तेरे को frontal shot चाहिए ना? I'll give you a list of films.
Krish
Don't
was
worry.
better movie than this.
Chris was actually a good movie,
against
but
Riddler
not
would have been the movie I
not
would have paid to
as good
watch.
a superhero movie than this. Yeah, of course not.
Dabang 1 has lots of frontal shots. Will that help?
Okay, take a poll.
Honestly, Salman can pull off Batman better than Robert Pattinson, I would say.
Salman is Batman. He's that brooding, not talking too much, except he'll call himself Prem in the middle or something.
Yeah.
Fuck it up.
Are you going the driving skills route, Cyrus?
And he stands with his hands apart because he can't bring them together because of
Is
all
that
the
so?
muscles. Yeah,
Is that-
that's what it looks
Okay,
when
okay.
Salman can't stand.
That's not
think-
the problem Robert
Yes.
Pattinson is facing. He's definitely like.
So
this.
one sec.
Okay.
What you're saying is he's not buff.
He looks
Let me
like a
ask the
third-year
girl.
engineer
Let me ask the
student.
one girl we have after so long on the show. Is
I'm
he
the
not
wrong
buff?
girl.
Is he not buff?
Who? Robert Pattinson?
Yeah.
He's buff enough.
He's not buff, but
No.
he's athletic. He's fit.
Yeah,
I'd
So
say.
he's
fit.
But
skinny,
he's not buff.
lean,
Yeah, he's
lean, skinny.
lean. Yeah.
But that doesn't work for Batman. I'm on Abhijit's side.
No, but
You got to be like a
he's a
muscular
new Batman, guys.
He looks like a third year.
He doesn't have any
third-year engineer
superpowers.
student.
Exactly. That's not good enough.
No, but
Who's
he's a
lived
great
who's
fighter,
lived
no,
like
still.
the
No,
3
but
years
great fighter is
on
always
Mali or
very
something,
muscular,
like-
very big,
He's
broad
muscular
shouldered
enough
and,
for good fight.
No, she's
He
saying
was,
no.
dude. He was muscular-ish. He wasn't like
Where
in
did
the
they show
super
this
league.
The
muscle?
man-
Just the back
The
angle.
man has been going on
The
about the
buff man.
frontal shot missing. He knows what he's talking about.
I mean, he was fine only. He
Huh.
wasn't like
I'll
I
tell
know
you
what
what,
you're
the
talking
first time when they introduced Batman, I saw that and I was like, that can't
can't
be
be
Robert
man.
Pattinson in that suit. It's too big. But then, I didn't feel it throughout the movie because they didn't, like Abhijit said, I think they handled that well, although he didn't like it.
Dude, he has a
It's-
emo
it's like-
cut. He has a like a
it's
emo
like Modern
cut,
Family.
Like baal idhar tak aa rahe. Like, what
Cyrus,
is wrong
have you
with
seen
you?
any
Modern
Batman
Family.
movies? Have you
Yeah,
seen any?
all except this one.
You've seen all the
Yeah.
Christian Bale ones?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I've seen the Michael Keaton ones, the George
Keaton
Clooney
ones.
ones.
Yeah,
Sorry.
cool.
In the beginning, yes, but that's what I thought. I was like, why didn't these, if they were going to go all emo on this film, they should have just gone all out. But they were trying to mix everything together.
Cyrus, he had a emo cut. He had a emo
Yeah, he
cut
had
like
a-
this,
yeah,
like
They sh-
Manai covered.
and they put the black
Mascara-
stuff
mascara
on
on
his
his
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah.
Was he trying to be more metrosexual?
No.
Sort of
So the
guy?
thing
No,
is
it
like
wasn't like
the
that.
thing is like
It's more like
When
Batty
you're
Man.
making-
I'm Batty Man.
they have to put mascara
Oh.
under the eyes because otherwise it looks weird. Like you can see the skin
They should have
through
renamed
the
it
eye
like
holes.
Millennial
I
Batman.
can't
Millennial
believe
Batman or some
Abijit
shit
and Silverie
like that.
discuss mascara and abs.
Yeah,
for a
it's
man.
weird.
I mean, I don't know what the show's coming
Yeah.
to. I'm not, whatever. Everybody. all
This
of us
is
are
very
welcome.
common. Punk rock used to have men wear mascara and eyeliner all the time.
That's actually true.
Right.
Green Day, yeah, a lot of them.
Why don't I know this? What is wrong with me? I must study this market more. Next time Niveditha's on, everybody bring their own mascara.
We need to move on. Everybody's
But
really
let's
Ganguly,
please move
annoyed.
on.
Ganguly ji is
Yes.
worried now, huh?
Yeah.
A little bit because this Batman has destroyed his peace of mind. Forget my two foxes is equally bad.
Abhijit
It's
hates
ridiculous.
this Batman.
Guy doesn't have abs. His torso is not
But-
good enough. He can't be Batman. Or वो land नहीं करता बराबर बैंक.
This is a really good
Guys.
depiction of what the world is like after the Batman movie, though. There's one Antariksh and there's one Abijit Ganguly.
And
there's
there's
people
one
like
you-
me who
yeah.
don't want to get
One second.
involved.
I didn't get this. So it is a
So
polarized
I am a Pete
community.
Davidson.
Yeah, it is,
Abhijit
it
is Kanye West, and Niveditha's
Oh,
Kim
Why the
K. in
fuck
the
am
middle.
I Kanye, huh?
I don't know, man.
Why do
You have
get
to-
be Pete Davidson?
I'm here in the studio
Why
with
am I not
Niveditha.
Hey, listen, Kanye's got much more money. Just take it quietly.
That's actually true.
And he's quite brilliant
Okay,
in his own
I
way. bro.
changed
You
my
can't deny
mind.
He's
He's
brilliant.
brilliant.
He's
He's
nuts,
brilliant.
but he's brilliant. It's okay.
Yeah,
Be
but
Kanye.
right after the story that Antariksh has just told us, I don't want to be Kanye.
No, I'll tell you.
So I'll tell you
Abhijit,
the
your
story.
problem is Kanye doesn't have abs. Right? That's
yeah,
the problem.
correct.
Kanye
Kanye,
actually
they don't
does
show his
have
front only. Yeah, कभी front ही नहीं दिखाते वो लोग.
He knows about Kanye's
Yeah.
abs also. Boss, where's Nidhi? What's
Pete,
going
Pete
on?
also has abs, by the way.
दिल्ली
so-
में क्रॉस करते तो कुछ फर्क हो जाता है फिर.
Kanye has abs. Kanye has abs. Kanye would have been a better Batman for sure
Bullshit.
than Robert Pattinson.
No, man. Not at all.
Yeah, anybody.
But did you hear
like,
Cyrus-
Silverie, I think you would be better than
That too I
Robert
agree.
Pattinson.
I would be better than everyone.
Silverie
yeah.
dresses like Rishi Kapoor in the
Yeah.
last 20 films.
Yeah,
He's got
I'm
3
just-
layers of clothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Cyrus, Batman also has 3 layers of clothing.
Batman
Makes sense.
in 47 degrees in Mumbai fighting crime in this one. Yeah, everybody's like, kya kar raha hai?
Okay.
No, everybody stops to chat.
Let's move on to the topics next. Talking about the Pete Davidson and Kanye West thing. Cyrus, are you aware of what's happening with
No,
Kanye?
I'm not.
Kim,
I'm not into
Pete
pop
Davidson?
culture.
So-
I got the fork issue.
What is the latest thing you know about Kanye and Kim?
So she was married to one and dating the other one, and so
Okay, so you know they divorced at least.
I have a 15-year-old daughter.
Okay,
Baba. I know.
correct.
I'm quite up
Oh,
to
yeah,
it. I
she's-
just don't know this
Oh
story.
yeah, Maya, Cyrus' daughter, is very into keeping up the Kardashians.
She's like, she represents them in India. She's like, whatever
Yeah,
you want to know, you talk to me and all that.
Yeah.
Like, she's seen the documentary on Bruce Jenner, who's now called
What?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And we had to sit through the racing part where he wins the decathlon in Munich or whatever.
Yeah.
So we sat through all that, and so this is today's kids. This is their
She's
literature.
educating you.
Yes, and I'm impressed. So
Okay.
she does know everything.
Okay,
And
cool.
I know the
So-
controversy with the Pete Davidson thing. They went for dinner once, for example.
Oh, no, that was there. So Pete
Yeah.
Davidson has a record of dating some of the most beautiful women,
Yeah.
right?
And his
he
dad died
dating-
in 9/11. He was a
Sure, that
firefighter.
also,
And he
yes.
made a really bad joke in a roast. She showed me that as well. I'm in.
Yeah, wow.
I'm in, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
hanging
you're
in
sold
here.
on Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So Pete Davidson is dating Kim K right now.
Yeah.
And
Kim K, acha.
Kim, yeah,
Acha
best friend.
bacha.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, not bad.
Uh,
Kim K.
Yeah. That's
Close.
who's gonna say
Kim K, I've
Kardashian every
never
time?
heard Kim K.
I've never heard Kim
What?
K.
You
sounds-
Kim K is a very common
Sounds like
thing.
a Uber driver.
Yeah.
Your driver is Kim K. He'll be here at 5 minutes.
Does he? Does it sound like a Uber driver?
For
What
me,
kind of Uber
I always
driver
get these
is
strange
this?
names on the Uber. I always get.
Yeah.
I got one guy called TSV. That was his name. It sounded like a motorbike. Yeah, go on.
So
Where was this?
It was in Colaba to going to Prabhadevi.
Cool.
It cost me $165. Never again.
Nice.
No, it's not worth it.
Never
You reach
forget the
Prabhadevi.
details.
It's not like you reach Switzerland. It's just Prabhadevi. That's it. $165. Bolo.
Sorry,
So,
Silverie,
anyway,
please
yes, sir,
continue.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Silverie,
So,
don't. When
Kim
we
is
segue
dating-
off, you just ignore and continue. No?
Kim is dating
Huh.
Pete Davidson right now.
You
And
said that 8 times.
Kanye has been like very public and like releasing text exchanges between him and Kim.
From the past.
Yeah, current. Where he's saying, take me back, and she's like, no, I'm done with this and whatever. And he's like really adamant about it and making like videos after videos. Kim, I miss her and I want her back.
And they have
this
they have
Pete
a kid,
Davidson
right?
guy.
East or north or something.
Yeah, northwest. I think. right?
Northwest facing, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
So anyway, now recently, so Kanye has been coming out a lot and shitting on Pete in public, and
Oh.
It's been
basically-
happening for a long
yeah,
time.
for a while.
So
It's
it's
going
getting
for like
worse,
a
more
few months.
aggressive, right?
Yeah. So now it
I
got
think Kanye can
it's
kill
gone to a
in
point.
fight.
It
I
absolutely
feel
can.
Pete is not a very tough guy.
No, absolutely not, dude.
Just hear
Yeah.
this out. Hear
Softy.
the
He's
story out.
Sorry,
also
I'm just worried for
asthmatic.
Pete
He has
now.
like
Pete के पास abs भी नहीं है.
yeah,
हाँ,
he
go
suffers
on.
from asthma, so he just starts like hyperventilating if Kanye comes at him.
He couldn't do the count in a boxing match if he was the
Yeah.
referee. He'd be like
You know
10,
the real
9.
softy? Robert Pattinson.
Both can knock. Kim can knock him out. Yeah, fair enough. Go on, go
Yeah.
on.
So Pete Davidson has now started coming out and saying, "Ke Kanye, I won't let you treat us this way." So he had a text exchange with Kanye, and then Pete, after the text exchange, released the text exchange to the public because it makes Pete come off in the
He knew he was
better
going to
light.
do it.
Yeah.
When you know you're going to do,
Yeah.
I mean, you set the guy
Correct.
up easily. Huh.
No. So basically, this is the text I'm going to
Ladies and
read.
gentlemen, now in the voice of Kanye West, पेश करते हैं the
No,
one and
actually, no.
only
I'm not going to
मशहूर
try.
आवाज,
I'm not going to try a black
जिंदगी की
voice.
सबसे
I'm not
खूबसूरत
going to try a
sound.
black voice.
Ladies and the
I'm not
gentlemen,
gonna do that.
Silverie.
No. All right. So Pete Davidson says to Kanye,
Niveditha, if he doesn't do the accent, we're not listening.
"No,
We
I
want
can't
accent.
do the
He's
Kanye West
great with
accent.
the accents. They're always wrong, but they're funny. Please
Okay.
go.
I'll do the white man, Pete Davidson.
No,
accent
don't
if
be
you want.
racist about your accent. Just
What?
do. Why does he have an element of racism come into the
No,
accent?
but
Why
it
do you do
is
the accent?
doing a black accent is considered racist.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Just do accents and don't mention what they are exactly. Just
No,
quietly.
I'll tell you
Now
what's-
you made us look like idiots.
I mean,
now you're the black.
I
I can do the
know.
white.
I'm
Race
aware.
is there,
What?
but I can't do the black. Race is there. So we're 2 races and 0 is our score.
What are you guys talking about?
No, I think what it is if you use the black accent and then profit off of it as a white person, that's racist.
Yes, that's
Oh.
black underprivilege. And as in white privilege, it's the reverse. So it's like that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't interfere. Maybe
I think we should just.
my lawyer.
I think we should just follow the person who addressed her as Kim K. So I think.
I think he's close enough. You're absolutely right, Mr. Ganguly. Yes.
All right. So anyway, the message from Pete to Kanye is, "Yo, it's Skeet."
What's worse than racism? Honestly, it's something we haven't reached yet.
He says that, yeah. He says, "Hey, yo, can you please take a second and calm down, man? It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing. And you are so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore and I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up." To this, Kanye replies, "Oh, you're using profanity now." Like saying, "Okay, he's a little kid."
You don't have to translate English to us. We figure it out.
"Oh, you're using profanity now. Where are you right now?" And Pete Davidson says, "In bed with your wife." And sends a photo of himself in bed, just in bed. I don't know if it's actually in bed with his wife. But he
You
says
better
that.
put it on your cam thing so people
Yeah.
can see the photo, which made
I
no
mean-
sense to me.
No, people have
That's
seen
the
this.
photo.
People have seen this. People can look this up.
Yeah.
The exchange between them.
We are seeing the ad. We are seeing
Yeah.
the ad in what?
Really? As a marketing genius, I got to say. But coming back to the whole thing.
I mean, very funny, but oh man, was that needed? But very funny though.
But you got the girl. Why do you have to, attack
No, but
the other guy? You've already
no,
won the
it's actually
competition if
Kanye
there's
attacking
one.
them. No, Kanye is
No,
the one
but
attacking
now
them.
because he's like the angry dog who's tied on the leash and can't attack, so he can just keep barking.
But dude,
Just ignore
Kanye
him.
has been dating women after women. And still on the side, he's like, Kim, take me back, Tim, take me back. How does it make those women feel? Yeah, like, dude,
Who are
these
you? Are you
unimportant?
the father of one?
I'm
of
just
these?
thinking,
Why are you acting
you
like a
can't do
judge
that.
here?
You can't
What
do
about
that.
Kim
That's
K,
not-
guys? What about
Kim K का क्या हो गया?
Kim K doesn't want him around anymore.
Yeah.
And
But look at
so
the
Trevor
way
Noah had a great
my
take.
friend from Powai, with not a single straight bone in his body in terms of dating women. I'll tell you stories about him.
What are you
Suddenly
talking
he's
about?
talking about this guy like he's evil.
No, but I want to know what why he responded this way, Pete. What was
Yeah, you didn't
Kanye
give us the
doing
pre-
Oh,
before?
so
No, there must be some aggressive
yeah,
language
Kanye
from
has
him.
been
for a long time, no?
Huh?
Yeah,
Kanye
yeah.
has been going at
No, no,
him.
but
Yeah, but I
Exactly.
thought
But
he
exactly.
stopped in between. He deleted
Specifically-
all
No,
of
he's
his
on and off.
posts
It's
and-
Kanye.
No, no,
now.
specifically to this
no.
conversation, there's something that sparked off this reply. So what was that bit? He's not put that in. Where
that I don't
Kanye and
know.
him had an exchange before this, for which he's replied, right?
No, so this is probably the first message they've ever had. That's what it looks like. This is the first time they ever
No.
messaged. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I'll talk to my expert.
It's the first
This is
time
message?
The
Pete
message, text
messaged,
message.
I think.
This is
Because
the beginning
you
of the
think
text message
Kanye
history.
has probably
You think in
messaged
a
before.
fair world,
I
they
think-
two will fall in love and Kim K gets locked out?
That would be, yeah, imagine that.
And then you will know all about the abs. Mr. G.
Yeah. Both of them had abs.
Robert Pattinson.
Oops, ouch. Robert Pattinson gets Kim K.
Yeah.
Because she's the only one who in America who didn't see Batman. So she falls in love with him. See, it's all working out now. Yeah.
Wow.
The only
It's
person
possible.
who's a
It's
bigger
possible.
softy than Pete.
I know why softy is a bad thing.
I don't
Softy is attractive to women. these days.
And when he reaches my age, it's all softy anyway. You got to understand what's coming. It's not like you're going to be young
Yeah, I'm
forever.
not saying softy is a bad thing,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, yeah.
During COVID, all these
You
things.
used it as an insult just now.
He says a bad thing for
Robert
Pattinson.
Pattinson is a softie.
Damn softy.
Robert Pattinson.
I love
at least
softy
if
ice
you're
cream.
Batman, you're not supposed to be softy. That's all that I'm saying.
Softy is my favorite ice cream.
No,
Okay,
that's
you can
not
be
true.
softy all
Batman
the
is the biggest softie. He's like the reason people like him so much is because he's so upset and sad all the time.
Like
What's-
not at criminals, but the other people he's soft with.
Yeah.
Also,
He's a brooding person. He's a brooding person.
No, he's a
That's
softy
not
dude.
really
He adopts
softy.
kids and makes them fight crime like with
And he's
Robin.
had like that whole
he has
childhood.
the
Not like he's
American
done
word-
it with multiple kids.
No, he
He's
has.
done it with one.
No, he's
man.
done it with 5 different Robins.
oops, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
He stays away from women
Yeah.
because he thinks he's gonna hurt them because he
He's
can't
like
be
the
with a.
Michael Jackson
Batman.
of superheroes.
What a
He's
great
super
excuse.
upset all the time.
I can't
He
be with you.
famously,
'cause
he
then you
famously
will-
carried Robin at the balcony when he was young, I remember, and presented him, to the people. Yeah. What is that song? That famous song from this Lion King?
All of us know
Are you
that
talking
song.
about Hakuna Matata?
No,
That too.
No.
I know the original,
first
by the way.
song.
This,
Circle
the
of
actual
Life.
original tune is very different.
What? It's not
Circle of Life.
Hakuna Matata.
That's what they put together. Tim Rice, Elton John, whoever else was involved. I can't remember.
Okay.
But that's a put together tune. When I went to Kenya.
Tarun says there's a World War III in discussion and we are discussing the wrong Kim.
All right. Well done.
Yeah.
All the facts tell. Oh, we're taking a break now.
We should.
Why?
Because it's
He's
34
that
time.
guy's Kim
It's
North
time.
K. North Kim K.
You like his
Or
abs?
something, yeah.
Abhijit, you like Kim Jong?
He has
Oh,
no
his
abs, but
abs.
he would be a better Batman than Robert Pattinson.
And he's brooding. He's got that aggressive veneer and all that, And he's a loner. People are scared to be around him for long because, you can get shot by anti-aircraft guns and things like that. Which is just too much power to execute a person, I would think, but whatever. Are we ready to take a break so early?
Yeah, it's 35 minutes.
35 minutes? Okay, damn it. When we come back after this break, 2 of our guests would have left. Just out of principle. Here's the break.
Hey everybody, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Think Fast, Varun and Suchita talk about 2 growing categories, mental health and pets. They give us a rundown on why mental health apps have seen a rise, especially as a result of the lockdown. They also analyze the significant growth in the pets category of consumer goods. We often feel that we don't get paid enough for what we do. Join Chetna on Say No to Drama as she talks about self-worth. On Big Talk About Tiny Humans, Dr. Meghna and Devi Shobha discuss why feminism is a dirty word and why people find this term problematic. Sudisha and Arushi from All Things Policy talk about how the Indian economy pointed towards a 30% decline since 2016 in the number of employed young adults. And on The Longest Constitution, Priya looks at the long history of how laws on property are biased against women and how women have fought back to challenge these laws. Do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you enjoyed this show or any of our shows for that matter, please do tell a friend. Word of mouth really does help us. And also, please, a rating if you could. That is also extremely helpful to us. And remember, we're also on YouTube. You can check out ivmpodcast.com/YouTube to get a list of the different channels that we operate on YouTube. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, SBI Life Insurance, Bank of Baroda, India Water Portal, and Max Life Insurance. Thank you so much for making this possible.
All right, Niveditha talking offline, typical unprofessional way, which I can't stand. Not like us.
Yeah,
Niveditha
they're not
comes
like
and
us.
gives us everything in
They're
the
not-
raw.
they're not as
no,
free-handed,
no
yeah.
pun intended. You know what I mean? All right.
Yeah.
Abhijit is looking very angry. I think just the Batman thing is just good.
This,
What do we do?
boiled is, it's boiling
You
with
guys
rage.
come up with something to make him smile again.
When
make
did
him
you watch
happy.
it?
No, don't remind him.
No, just asking. When did you watch it? Just asking.
I think it's been like a week, maybe.
Oh,
like
you've been
4-5 days.
festering for a week.
Wow.
He said, this has been festering.
I've
in
been
your mind.
ranting about, and this is not even so. The rant is not even fresh. Like this is not like I've just watched.
No
it
wonder
to get
Nidhi
it
has
out of the
left.
system.
You understand? The same conversation for 7 days.
I've
He just
convinced
walked out.
At least 3 people not to watch Batman who wanted,
Oh, man.
wanted to watch Batman.
Man, don't
Like,
do
come
that.
on,
Yeah.
man. That's
It's
just
a good movie.
like,
I-
don't spoil
I'll
your
call.
Batman.
Tell me who
I
they
went
were.
with
I'll call them
people-
up.
I'll
right
tell
now.
you.
I went with people
Robert
who were watching
Pattinson.
it for the second time.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's how much they liked it. And I watched it and I was like, come on. It's not.
So
And
just-
these are the same guys who like to go for Abhijit stand-up shows.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. I mean, it's amazing the connect there. Fantastic.
My brother asked me yesterday, okay, hey, you
Wanna
know
go
what?
again?
No. He said even I actually slept through a lot of about 40 minutes of the movie in the theater,
Huh.
the Batman. So he's like, you want to go again? I'm like, yeah, we can. And
So you can sleep the
5
other
minutes
2
later, my
hours.
brother's like, my brother's like, you know what? Actually, let's just find a cam print online and we'll watch that instead.
No, we don't endorse that view. Don't find cam prints. Fight piracy. Don't do that. I mean, he's just kidding. I mean, he would never do that. Would you ever do that?
I mean, sometimes.
Okay, but don't do it in future.
I mean, that's right. What am I, a millionaire, dude? I'm gonna buy every movie ticket.
All right.
Wow.
I guess we're just going to
Yeah.
go down with the
What is-
Titanic.
I
We
don't
have
think
no
this
choice.
is right to talk
Yeah.
about online.
That's fine. Oh, it's all good.
Terms and conditions.
Yeah,
S&P. He doesn't know
dude,
anything.
dubious means exist online. I'm not making them up.
But you're not
Yeah.
going to do it.
I mean, I don't publish it,
Yeah,
but
just-
it's there for
Silvery,
consumer.
Just stop talking. Just,
It's fine, man.
Yeah,
It's
just
fine.
Stop defending that stand.
No, but you know what? I
get
want to
it,
know
but
what part of the Batman that the Batman movie that
Oh.
Antariksh slept through.
No, the brother. The brother
No,
slept
brother
through.
slept through about 40 minutes. I slept through like 10 seconds of it. I dozed off like in 2 different
Because
parts.
it's 3 hours.
It is 3 hours, man.
Was it the
And
Batman?
the end is
You
very long.
Actually, doze off during a movie and still defend.
That's
that it
what
was a
I
good
wanted to
movie. Are you
ask him.
mad or what?
Hey.
How much sense is this making?
Arey Baba, I used to watch Baywatch like that. You know, when
Yeah.
Pamela came on, I was awake. The rest of it, David
You
Hasselhoff.
were watching Baywatch for different reasons, Cyrus.
No,
and
the script was
this reason-
fantastic. I mean, there was a
Yeah, he's
robber.
defending
There were
Batman,
girls running
you
on the
know, like, with
beach
so much fervor,
in
like, he
tight
made it.
swimming
Is it
costumes. Niveditha, that's art. Where I come
remember that
from.
from the 90s.
Ouch.
So guys, okay,
What a
whoever's
diss.
watching this, just keep this in mind that Silvery is defending the movie in which he slept for like some 10 odd
Yeah.
seconds and his brother
Yeah.
slept for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's his idea of a good movie.
But they
So God
almost
knows, like,
went to
what's
watch
the
it
good
again.
No,
movie?
I've been
Yeah.
saying from the beginning, the ending where the parts where I slept through, there are like all those multiple endings that are not needed. Yeah.
I watched
That
this.
is for sure.
Take this criticism on the
10
chin, please,
cars
from Bruce Wayne.
and watches cam print. Typical 5
Really, the rich behave like this. The rich who can afford the 500
Correct.
rupee ticket,
I mean,
and I
I
know
can,
you behave
But
like
I don't
this.
want to
And some
take
poor
the
guy,
effort, go all the way
he's
again.
selling his wife's
Arre.
jewelry to go and watch Batman, and then you say it's not good, not worth it.
I'm saying it's good. Go watch it. I want the movie to earn, but I won't give it more money.
Okay, fair enough. Let's move on from Batman. I think we exhausted
Okay,
the topic
cool. Yeah.
completely.
All right,
Uh,
let's go. Next one is SRK Plus.
Yeah.
So Shah Rukh Khan has announced his own venture, something called SRK Plus.
Right.
And everyone has been reporting, oh, it's his own new OTT platform. He's
Can
going to
I
launch
just
his own
quickly
Disney
give a
Plus.
plug to
Hotstar
my good
platform.
friend Gopal Dutt Tiwari,
Yeah.
who doesn't use Tiwari because of passport issues, but he
Yeah.
has a Tiwari, but he
Okay.
says Gopal Dutt. He's a very famous actor, works on a show called Week That Wasn't that nobody's watched, even less than this podcast. He's in the ad.
Oh,
Just
he's in
wanted
the
to say
ad.
that. He's in the promos.
Nice.
They made
No, very cool.
promos, and
Yeah,
he's in them.
Very
He's the manager of Shah Rukh. Shah Rukh plays himself. It's a very fantastic piece of casting. Hey, boss, play yourself. Come on. Boom.
Oh, very cool.
Anyway, now carry on with your
Okay.
story.
So he announced SRK Plus. Shah Rukh Khan did.
Did you do a SRK stammer because you were trying to do
Yeah,
a
correct.
Kiran
correct.
thingy? Okay.
SRK Plus.
You get that? Very subtle.
Correct,
Shah
yeah,
Rukh
yeah, correct.
tribute.
Hey,
By the way, Abijit has a lot of Shah Rukh mannerisms in his normal. I think he's highly influenced. I get a lot of Shah Rukh from him, the way he behaves. Are you a big Shah Rukh fan?
By the way, I'm so like happy that you said that because nobody has ever said that to me ever in life. You know, and not only Shah Rukh, any good-looking person I've not been compared to. So I've actually growing up, my brother used to be a huge Shah Rukh fan, and I used to like not like Shah Rukh, and once I called Shah Rukh like a cuss word, and my brother slapped me and all. So I'm anything but a Shah Rukh fan. But right now I find him like after growing up, I find Shah Rukh to be a fairly great guy, and obviously
Because he's got
and
abs.
everything is on point.
Yeah, like, he shows his
He's-
front.
he would have been better Batman
Frontal
for
ठीक है.
sure,
Yeah, correct.
Frontal
for sure,
past.
yeah.
Huh. Hurry up with the story. There's
Yes,
anything
yes.
more to it. There's a controversy.
Yeah, so basically, no. What is happening is, so he announced SRK Plus, and people are thinking that it's his own new OTT platform. All the news outlets, big news outlet, NDTV and India Today have been reporting, he's launching his own OTT platform. Turns out, no. It's just like a new branding for his Hotstar or Disney Plus Hotstar ad campaigns that he's been doing. It's just that.
It's promos for the
It's
channel,
promos for
the
that,
OTT.
basically, yeah.
But wasn't that very evident? There have been so many Hotstar.
Exactly.
It
I don't know
was.
why
It
people
was
are.
very evident.
How can these big news outlets be misreporting so widely, dude? Okay, new OTT platform, new
Can't
OTT
go for
platform.
them.
But it's
So
not.
let's take it up with the news outlets. We'll
Yeah.
call them on our podcast and we'll chat with the owners of all these outfits that you've mentioned and we will get down to the bottom of this. And
Yeah,
it will
correct.
not
Kaise
happen
karoge?
again on our watch. We will not allow India to suffer like this.
It's wrong.
No
These
more.
are the same news outlets that have been saying Batman's a good movie.
That's right.
No.
Find a
These are the
leftist,
outlets that
find a
say Batman's
leftist
a
touch
bad
to it.
movie.
They sat through Batman. They're communists.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Okay, next is
Niveditha, you have nothing to say about this? Would you like to?
I was just going to say it's because of underpaid interns, but I just didn't think I should say that. Okay. But it's true. It's probably because they're all kids who don't get paid much. They get a 1 hour to
But
write
sometimes
something.
advertising is confusing. So, and
Yeah.
with the title like what SRK plus or whatever it is, it could be. I can see, not logic, but I can see you going the wrong way with that if you don't pay attention to it. That's why.
Maybe this is what they wanted through the campaign, that people should get confused.
Well, yeah, we're discussing it. So, and Hotstar, his name gets mentioned, so I think they get the bang for the buck. Is Shah Rukh bigger than Hotstar is the question. That's dangerous. Like, is Joe Rogan bigger than, what's it called?
SRK fans are the worst. My best friend's girlfriend is a fan, said something about him. She stopped talking to me. Thank God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
so
when will
this
he stop
happened with
talking?
Yeah,
other
but
people
this
also.
is just fan culture. Like in the South, they will beat you up if you say anything against the superstars of the South.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Rajini and all.
Some comic act Niveditha, some comic act, some Mahesh Babu joke, and
Yeah.
got really
Yeah.
badly,
He got
yeah.
he got his family got threatened, and he
Really?
couldn't perform for like a year or something. He was laying low. It
Why?
was
You
really
couldn't
bad.
perform in Kashmir also?
You know what the thing about
Wherever
Tamil
there are Telugu
comedians
speaking
don't
people,
travel.
I have to stay away. Check. Finally, he's in Slovakia and there's this one Reddy couple. Yeah, I'll kill you. Sorry, go on.
It was really bad for him. He got very scared because these people were properly attacking him. But I don't know why Tamil comedians don't move out of the state. I think they should come up here because he does comedy in English. This guy, his name is Manoj.
You know why? Because if you live in places like Hyderabad or Chennai, the roads are better, first and foremost. And there's parking in many parts of the cities, second and foremost.
Yeah.
And third, the VIP culture, post-Amma, is very different. There's not so much traffic congestion because some great person is moving and 40,000 policemen have to stand on the road because that's their main job. That doesn't happen, only happens in Mumbai. So don't come to Mumbai. Stay the F away from Mumbai. Wherever you are, it's better. Sorry, you were saying
Wow,
something.
he's basically asking me to go back.
No. Nobody go back.
Very anti-immigration policies, man.
I mean, why is
Last time
Delhi
Kanye also made
complaining?
me
Why is
feel like-
Chennai
feel
complaining?
like
Why is
this.
Bangalore complaining? Come on, I'll tell you. You can't complain. We travel to your cities. You don't have this problem. Okay, Delhi has huge VIP problem. But their problem is the roads are so big, the problem becomes less of a problem. I mean, Abijit can go by because the roads are so big. But here, we just get killed. It's a small city. Mumbai is about 2 kilometers long. That's it. It's a small little place. And one great man comes and then suddenly all these guys are out. That's it. That's their work. Seems to be nothing else. Stop this psychophancy. Stop it. It's worse than Pattinson as Batman. Bolo, sir.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
How did we get
this
there?
is-
How did we get to this anti-immigration?
Because she wants
stand?
this. She's got
Where
this.
did this-
She's talking
where
about
did this
one
come
Tamil
from?
comic who's very talented and bilingual, trilingual. He can
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
everywhere, etc.
No, I was not asking.
I'm
it
just
was
saying-
a rhetoric question.
No, I know it's a rhetoric question. I want to be very clear as a piece of advice
a
that
rhetoric
geographically
answer now.
speaking, do not come here. Do not come here. And I don't want to sound
I
like
was
this
there.
Shiv
You
Sena.
remember? I was also here during this discussion.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah, I heard.
I forget
How
sometimes.
did
I
it come?
don't realize.
Yes,
I'm
sorry.
not used to having any audience. So, it's difficult to remember there's anybody there. Go on.
Okay, so this is a slightly sad story.
Oh, God.
Basically,
Oh, God.
there was now a professional international kabaddi player by the name of Sandeep Singh Nangal Ambian, okay, who was shot in broad daylight
Huh?
at a place in Chandigarh at some kabaddi tournament that he had organized. So he was also a kabaddi organizer, and he was shot in broad daylight.
Mistaken identity.
No, just a cold-blooded killing. It's caught on tape where these assailants are like 4 assailants are firing shots into this person. We can't see the person they're firing into, but
What's the story behind it?
we don't know yet. But this is like the latest thing that has come out just yesterday, and obviously he must have like wronged them.
We
that
had
they
this in
felt or whatever.
wrestling recently, but anyway.
Yeah, we did have this in wrestling,
Yeah.
correct? But yeah, what a world we live in. That,
Some business dealing gone wrong.
but broad daylight, like that's crazy. That's so scary. That
I don't want to be
somebody just
insensitive about this, but I worry for you producers.
I know.
You be very careful because you rub people the wrong way sometimes, and then they come back to, these kind of things can happen. That's why I'm saying don't, if you're a comic in, Chennai or Hyderabad or wherever you are, think about coming here. It's not that you're taking away our work. It's not that, I mean, of course it's that also, but I'm saying it's just not worth it. It's a horrible, horrible place to live. Horrible.
How did you link a kabaddi player being
I
shot?
I
to please
segued
don't
with-
come to Mumbai.
I used the word.
I will.
I use the word. Let's not be too
Incredible.
insensitive about this, but I just wanted to mention that there's problems everywhere. Also, just want to make it a collective.
Have you ever been to a kabaddi match, like one of those?
At this rate, we'll have sponsorship from MNS, like Raj Thakre. In IBM podcast. It's amazing, yes.
We'll take sponsorship from anyone right now, including Putin. It's like that bad. But you won't believe this, but when they started Kabaddi, Star Sports called me to the office.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting with them in CNBC. So they saw Kunal and said, can he also do it? They wanted us to be the anchors
Oh wow.
when they initially started.
But that would have been fun.
Yeah.
I would have loved to hear you guys.
Yeah, but have you seen Kunal and Sport? I mean, It's like me and fashion.
But
you know,
But
just over.
commentators don't need to be like.
No, that's
shit and
what
all.
it was going to be, just the fun part, not the real commentators with the audience and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out for many reasons, and that's it.
Paisa.
So Kabaddi's
Less
lost.
money. They give less
It's
money.
CNBC's gain. We stay in the same stupid show in a small studio that nobody watches, and life goes on. Hence, don't come to Bombay because there's just no space. Right.
Sure. Okay, now we can go to the AMAs.
We're going to the AMAs.
Yes.
Abijit, put on your seatbelt, buckle up, and let's hear the criticisms. We're
Okay.
ready. Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
This one comes in from Girish Patil. He says, when one political party starts vehemently supporting a particular movie, is it just a movie to be seen from a lens of creativity and storytelling?
What's amazing is the Prime Minister had to weigh in on it as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like Joe Biden coming up and saying Rocky 5 is the one to watch and all that. You know, I mean, it's a little, you know, when pop culture and so-called, and then the world we live in with wars going on and all, it's a little... Okay, I'll leave it to Niveditha. She's come back from Coimbatore. She needs to talk more.
No. I actually do not have a lot of opinions on this movie because have you watched it? I haven't
no.
watched
I haven't watched
it.
it, but I've watched the debates on the Kashmir files.
But I mean, I've watched it. I haven't watched
How do you
it,
watch it?
but I've heard and
This is very intense,
seen
I
so many opinions about it that I want to watch it now and see like if it's actually like a good film or it's just like a propaganda-driven thing. But I mean, I have always believed that for so many people to be watching it, it can't be a bad film. It can't be like a really.
Well, there's no bad or good
like,
film. It's a
it has to be-
perspective. They've taken one perspective.
there
Na,
are
ye
bad
side
films,
se
at
ya wo
least
side
I'm
se.
finding
That's it.
Batman bad film, yaar. So I can at least from my side, I can if I'm finding it let me just put it as a personal subjective thing. If I find it bad or good, but yeah, I'm pretty curious about it because I put up some tweet about it yesterday, got lambasted for it. A lot of people, completely went with tongs and hammers at me. So
Oh, wow.
yeah,
Can you tell us the tweet?
I want to actually. No,
Can you share
I
it?
basically I said pretty much the same thing that I mean, I mean, I'm not gonna say. Let's not bring it up. So why
Let's
is
not.
something I've got
We just- let's not.
bring back
You put it
score?
up.
Why
You
do
put
I
it up on
repeat
Twitter.
right
It's
now?
already out there in the world. I mean,
So let it be on Twitter. Let people reply there.
But it's-
Because we'll also get
it's
hate
not
here.
publicity for him.
For no reason.
On our award-winning show, if he re-put it, it'll be great for him. Okay, give us if you don't want to give the line, give the essence.
It'll
So
be the same.
basically, I mean, this is more to do with something I my thought process and all. It can be wrong also, of course. But what I feel is that any movie has to be deep, the movie has to click with the audience for it to be, deemed for it to be successful or for it to be deemed good. Like it can't be just because of just propaganda or appeal, of any party of the BJP or whatever, Modi.
That's
or
more like
whatever,
a
because
publicity vehicle.
that would be the
Huh.
case. If that would have been the case, then a lot of even the Vivek Oberoi's Modi and all so many other movies would have also been that, but none of those worked. So it has to be at least a decent film for it to work. It's just propaganda, and so I kind of equated that with, and that's the thing that mostly whenever there's an outrage from any side, left or right, if it's a decent piece of art, it mostly gets covered up. Like for instance, Patal Lok, the series. Or there was outrage against it also. Some religious symbols and all. But the series was so good. Like Patalo for me is one of the best series I've watched, and special to Indian scenarios, तो undoubtedly that everybody shut it down. कि इतने दिनों बाद एक तो अच्छी चीज आई है, तुम फालतू में बोले जा रहे हो. So everybody shuts it down because there are enough people to defend it. But at the same time, from same OTT, Amazon Prime, Tandav came out and there was outrage against it, but Tandav was just a bad series, so there was no defense against it. And I mean, again, controversial waters, but even
Not
with
too late.
jokes,
Not too late.
sometimes-
You were doing so
Yeah,
well.
sometimes
So
You're
well
being
till the
so
last
cautious,
Tandev
you're being too
issue.
cautious,
Yeah.
I think.
Unnecessary.
But,
Yeah.
but even with jokes, sometimes I personally
तूने
again,
क्या
I can be
कहा?
wrong about this is what I wrote out in the tweet, that even with jokes also, sometimes when there's outrage, if the joke is bloody good, then it's
It continues.
still,
It
there are
survives the
supporters
outrage.
about
Yeah,
it.
got it.
But when the joke is also shitty, and plus you have
So
40
actually, it's an
people,
excellent
that's when it
point.
goes that.
You've divided the issue of whether it's controversial, right or wrong, as a separate issue, and you're talking about in the fullness, the film, does it stand as a piece of art? That's more important.
Yeah.
But I've understood,
But
but
yeah.
the people who are angry have not understood your point. So maybe you have
Yeah, I
to
got lambasted.
talk.
No, I do understand the counter argument to this. So the counter argument to Abhijit's
She's one of the trollers.
opinions
Bolo, bolo.
is that art, when it's good, is more dangerous because it's influential. So when a piece of art is good and it's made well, it's easier to consume.
But the
and it's
message is
easier-
jaundiced and dangerous.
Yeah, the message, it may be. But it's
You're very
easier to
careful.
take. No. But that's what I'm
And
saying.
she's in
But she's
Coimbatore.
right. I
No one
get
can
what-
touch her. A full different party there.
No.
Stalin is a friend. Don't worry about it.
But that's the thing.
I
When
get what you're
something
saying.
is more entertaining,
Yeah.
it's easier for people to accept, because at the end of the
As
day,
the
most
truth.
people, as the truth.
Yeah.
But
As
also
the
what he's
truth.
saying is that let's first find out if it's a good film or not before we get into
Oh,
the rest of it.
absolutely. But people, the masses, do not know how to differentiate
That's-
between a good film
the-
and just reality.
I can tell you, I was watching the channels.
But why do we have that patronizing point of view
No,
towards masses?
look at the masses. The people who are arguing and the trolling and all that's going on and the pro and anti that's going on is all by people who haven't really watched the film. It's as usual, it's just politicized
Yeah,
completely and
that's
people
the
are just
most-
throwing their hat into the
Always.
ring.
No, it's
If you
not
hear them talking-
patronizing. I think
Sorry.
it's not a
Now that
patronizing
he's
view.
used a very strong word, yeah.
Yeah, it's not patronizing. It's just the reality of it. Like, your experiences. What are the masses? The masses are the people who have experienced one side of an event on a large number. So when you play to their opinions, they will accept it, and it's hard for a person who's
Lead
been
to their
through a
opinions in the
certain.
sense that you're trying to brainwash opinion
You're not brainwashing.
with a publicity barrage.
These people already have one side of the story because they have lived it. And then the other side is hard to accept. And I understand that because you've been through a very traumatic incident. You're not going to have the empathy to understand what the other person is going through. Right. And that's what's happening in our country right now. Because one side of the masses have been affected by one thing, but the minorities.
Yeah, but you can't. Let's just talk plainly. You can't deny that the pundits were persecuted. You can't deny that
It is a very important topic. I agree.
I know personally. I know people, and one guy was heading MTV for some time. Who
Yes.
was we used to actually call from our Loveline because we had a free STDs. We used to call all the people that we knew outside Bombay, and we used to call his place, which is just outside Srinagar, and was picked up by a terrorist outfit with a
What?
Yeah, very, very chaste
You
phone.
talk to a terrorist outfit.
No, because he said, you don't believe me, you phone. Because they've taken over the place and this is what they say. No, look, again, my point is, so what is the story saying? We have to
Yeah.
find that out. None of us
Yeah.
have seen it.
Yeah.
Who the victim is is always subjective.
No, I do think it's an important story to tell. The movie came in and I was like, okay, at least the story
But it's
is
also
out
Kashmir
there.
files, so you can find different perspectives. There's one file on this, and the next file can tell the other side of the story, and so I mean that
Guys,
keeps it open.
I've heard people's acting in the movie is good.
Lighting ki baat-
Passionate.
Moving on.
It's a passion movie, of
Well-
course.
well-
Like
well
it's
played.
going
I've never
Well
been
played,
to-
Silverie,
passionate.
well
Bro,
played,
I've
yeah.
never been to Kashmir. Kashmir and Orissa, the two big states I've never been to.
Never
I've
been to
never been to
Kashmir?
the north.
You've never
no.
been to Odisha?
I've never been to
I've
Orissa.
never been to Orissa or Kashmir.
We were going for a big show in
Bhubaneswar is
in
such a nice
Puri,
place. Odisha is so
and
nice.
my wife grew up in Cal, so Puri was the weekend. If you have any Cal, I mean, you're Bengal, you must be having some Cal this thing. So the corporate people all went to Puri. That was like a weekend place. That's the way it was growing up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And I've never been. How sad.
Yeah.
I was there last weekend. I was there last weekend in Bhubaneswar. I love the place.
How
man.
do they
I
shorten
really-
Bhubaneswar? I've always wondered. Okay,
What?
okay, don't just let it go.
Sorry, how did they?
You know how
So please.
cities that are long names, you shorten them, na? Like
Boo-boo.
NY.
What do you think?
मैं कुछ नहीं बोला. Just
I
calm-
know where you were
calm
going.
Down.
I know
Just
where-
calm down.
I know where you were
Hold
going, man.
yourself. What are you doing?
God.
No, but anyway,
Too
let's
much?
get back. No.
He called you patronizing.
No. He said the opinion was patronizing.
Can I take a side for a second? No, because we have this. Look at Punjab. We always think masses. This dumb group of Indians, and sometimes they do appear to be that. But there's also look at Punjab. They just said enough. We've had enough of these morons making a tomfoolery of us with the shenanigans and tamasha and theatre, and they went to AAP. Who's the outsider? They turned their back on Amarinder, who's like God. He's the royal family. They turned their back on Congress, which is fully there. BJP with all their tom-tomming, just turned their back. So I don't know whether it's fair to always say that the masses are, one collective. I don't think that exists actually as a dynamic. I don't know. Is that what do you think, Silverie?
Yeah.
I get nothing
No,
from
I
you.
do. I do think.
He's not interested. He's like, मैं तो पवाई का हूँ. मेरे को interest नहीं है
Acting was
social
good in the
dynamics.
movie. Acting was good in the movie.
I do think it's so the reason I think it's harder when the masses are angry is because when the masses are angry, and when I say masses, I mean a big group of people who have the same opinion.
Who are not invested personally in Kashmir in the sense either Pandits or from the other community in Kashmir. No, I'm talking about people across India. Abijit, Silverie, me, you, from wherever the hell we are. So are they being influenced collectively? That's to say all of them. I think that's a tough.
It's not influence. I don't think they're being influenced, but I just think that it's harder. You know how it is when two kids are fighting, right? Two kids are fighting. You take one kid's side as a parent or something, and the other kid just feels like
left out.
yeah,
and-
cornered.
Yeah.
You know, and then they
Not
start
allowed,
acting out,
Hmm.
and then.
But does democracy work in right or wrong? Sometimes if somebody slaps somebody, you can't be democratic about that, right? In that sense. So that's the other issue. I understand where you're going with it, trying to be secular and straightforward about all these things, but it's a little difficult.
You're
There's a
absolutely
subsequent
right.
question.
I understand that it's difficult. That's why politics is so difficult. Even Kashmiri pundits don't know what to do about this situation, right? If you talk to if you have friends who are Kashmiri pundit and you've spoken about this, they all have these traumatic memories about what happened to them, but they don't know what side. They're all confused. You think the Muslims in Kashmir don't think about this? All of them are thinking about this, but they don't know how to solve it because it's such
Also,
a
this-
complex issue.
Everybody is honest with Islamic fundamentalism. It's to do with the guys with weapons.
Yeah.
You got to stop putting them all together and saying Muslim, Muslim, Muslim. It's not that at all.
Yeah.
You know, and if you speak to Kashmiri guys who grew up with them, the Muslims and Hindus in Kashmir actually have so much in common. You know, they eat the same food.
How
No,
come you've
that's
never-
very
you-
common.
You've never been to Kashmir either.
No, I was about to go in 1989, 90 or something. We were trying to go to college. We were in college and all that. And then when the shit hit the fan, you know, because Gulmarg and all these places were very attractive for, you know, growing up. With some joker had gone there before and all that. But then no. Baramulla was in our textbook. I've read all about it.
I was there when Burhan Wani was
Oh
shot.
God, that's
shit
not too
shit
distant
went
past.
down like crazy. Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
There was. I was there. Like there was like a. There's always that. No, there's a year or two of peace, and then some.
And he
something
became big, a
happens,
hero, and then
suddenly
again terrorism rose and his posters were everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, what have we done to our podcast?
just-
There's
Ew,
a
made it
subsequent
super
question.
serious.
Podcast.
It's just
Let's
Girish
not
Patel
really
has a subsequent
intense.
question, follow-up question to this. He
How
says,
did we go from Bruce Wayne to like Batman?
How I
to-
miss
to
Pattinson's
this,
abs,
like-
yeah. This is happy. Nobody's affected. Kim K. I mean,
Oh, this is a heavy topic. This is
Yeah.
like you can't
But
be funny.
on the other
about
side-
it.
Also, again, last thing, we always try to look for solutions. Sometimes there's no point looking
There's
for
no
solutions. Why do we
solution,
look
yeah.
for solutions?
no,
Like, we're
Girish,
gonna
This
solve
is
it.
one of those things.
Yeah.
There isn't really a clear solution because
Exactly.
as Girish has a follow-up question. He says,
Yeah.
on the other side, if a politically passionate movie is creatively good also, can the same logic of never let the truth come between a good
But
storytelling?
that's what he
be
said,
applied?
no? That's what Abijit pointed out in the beginning. So,
Okay, then it's answered.
no, and this, you want to take this?
no. I think it was already answered like through our big discussion on it.
As
very
a
intense as
lawyer,
well.
I like it. This thinking is very actually safe place to go without sounding like a coward. Because in a sense, I look at the bigger canvas. What is the movie? What is it presenting? Then I look at the small controversy, which is small in the light of the full film that you're watching. In the end of the day, and 20 years later, when you look at perspective, was the film good? Like whatever film from the past we can take now. There's so many films which are banned, etc., etc. Passion of Christ comes to mind. Whatever. 20 years later, not such a big deal. It's no longer such a
Yeah,
scary film. But people died in South America. There was riots, all that. So anyway. So we put everyone to sleep. Thank you for
All right,
watching.
next one. No, next one. We have a few more questions. Gary Pereira asks, I have a big interview this Monday. Any tips or advice?
My first tip is if you
Bring
come
up
to
Batman
us,
and let
if you
the
come to us for help
interviewers fight amongst
as your tutor to gain a career advantage, are you on any pharmaceutical that is illegal? One. And two, should you really be doing this in public? And three, Abhijit, can you help?
I don't even know what to say, but best of luck for your interview, man.
Yeah.
And,
I
No,
think-
jokes
so say-
apart.
no,
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 the
no.
generic part, which is
Yeah.
like, how's your body language? Come on, guys.
No,
When
I
you
think,
go
You know what?
see,
I
a
think
great tip
everybody on
right
this
now.
panel is not qualified for this because it's been
for anything.
None of us have been
We screwed up
into a job
Kashmir.
interview.
We couldn't
I
get
have a
Pattinson's
job.
abs
I have-
right.
I have a job.
Niveditha, I was a consultant. Niveditha, I was a consultant with Deloitte. I've done the whole corporate
Oh,
thing.
Dilli
Don't
ka
tell me.
ego.
How many
Dilli ka
years?
ego.
How many years has it been since you
Oh.
did a job?
That was not the thing you said.
No,
You said
that's
none
what
of
I
us have
said.
ever had a
I said
job.
it's been a very long
It's
time. I've
Delhi
been to
Brawn
job
versus
interviews,
Coimbatore Brain.
but
Let's see
it's
who.
been a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, it has been a long time. Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's true, but,
Can you bring up Batman?
I don't know
in
what
the
it's like
interview
now.
Wow.
And then see the interviewers fight amongst themselves. It's a good movie. No, it's a bad movie.
Nothing
Guys,
changes.
relax.
Okay, here's the
It's an
question.
okay
But we're like agreeing with each other.
No, I'm just asking the generic
Yeah.
points. What can you tell Gary anyway? I'm saying that other things like should you be too friendly, too over friendly? How do you dress?
No.
Or
Try-
just
no,
be
try-
yourself
see,
confidently. So
What I've heard,
Right?
no.
But it can come across as arrogant. People like us who talk too much, for example.
Yeah.
He's
So
asking
what-
for attitude.
No, what I've heard is
Yeah,
the
he-
best.
what can he get from us? We can't really tell him about his biodata.
oh,
can
he means attitude-wise, not professionally.
So that's wait. What I've heard is that the best job interviews are those where they don't even ask you about your qualifications, your like
They
what
have
you
that,
no
bro.
what
They
you
don't
will
really
do.
need to.
No, what
That's
you
all there.
how like otherwise they'll ask you like, "Acha, ye pen bech ke dikhao." They don't want all that shit. No, what they do want is to see you how you will gel as a
your
person, yeah,
personality,
interpersonal
your
skills, and all,
personality is
exactly.
being tested,
So they
nothing
want
else.
if just make good conversations. What I would say, like
Like
oh,
what?
I like good tie you're wearing. I don't know.
Silverie's flirting with the guy.
If somebody's asking a question, like, we tend to go like, we just have to start the
Yeah,
answer
yeah.
immediately. Sometimes you can just say that, hey, can I take a minute to think about that and then go with the answer, because
Take a
that just
minute
gives
though
a
is
good
too long,
impression.
yeah.
Also, don't. literally
What it
take
means
a
is,
minute saying,
don't
take
be
a minute,
really
man.
abrupt
It's
and
never-
try to win the contest sort of feeling.
Yeah,
that,
just like
that
the moment
over-enthused
please ask the
feeling.
question,
Yeah.
"Thadak karke jaldi se fastest
Yeah.
fingers first wala
Yeah.
nahi."
It's like that
Sometimes
kid
you
in
just say
class
that,
who always
I'll
answers
take-
before the
I'll take
question
a
is
moment
over.
to think about
Yeah.
that. Because that just makes them think also, oh, he's he's approaching this not in a hasty manner or something like that, and that's a good thing that I have personally.
Although if
that's
I was a
helped
guy,
me
I'm
a lot,
impatient. So if he takes 1 more minute to do anything, I'll be like,
Yeah,
I'm leaving.
correct.
It's
You start.
But yeah,
So worse
Antariksh, I did
words.
not mean take
Yeah.
literally a
I
minute
thought
and stop. What was he saying?
KBC soundtrack start. No. आपके पास
Oh,
एक
what a
minute है.
fabulous scene that would be in a movie.
Trust
If
का
somebody
जवाब
says,
देने
give
के
me a
लिए.
minute, puts the stopwatch on, click.
Yeah, okay. Just go around.
That's exactly
talking to the
what
peon.
Batman felt like, Cyrus. That's exactly what Batman felt
3
like.
hours.
Yeah.
3 hours, not 1 minute. 3 hours stopwatch.
3 hours of bloody that.
Okay, Niveditha, you didn't say anything. What should Gary do? He's in an interview, behavior-wise. Is there anything?
I said that he should just be himself and confidently. So that's what usually works for everybody.
Mostly you
right?
fail
Like,
in life because you're yourself.
It's like it's no. It's like like comedians do that on stage where
Yeah.
they're trying to be likable to
Yeah.
the people who are watching. I think it's the same thing with a job interview. You want the person to like you, even if you answer questions wrong.
There's a thing about
But it shouldn't
sexy
appear
indifference.
that you
The word
want the
is-
person to like you by trying hard. That's the other thing.
No,
because that
the-
pisses
no,
off.
not-
the
not-
more
The term is-
sophisticated person watching you will be able to pick up that you're trying too hard.
Like you've heard
that
of
really pisses people off. I can tell. Huh?
sexy indifference. Like you need to show a little bit of sexy indifference. That's
You-
a term
you
that
bring-
exists.
You bring sex
Yeah.
into everything, bro.
Kim K has been rolled
Yeah.
over. with
Really?
sexy
Yeah,
indifference.
sexy
Yeah.
indifference.
Sexy
Thank
indifference.
God you didn't get into
You
Kashmir
know,
files.
but you know what I
Because
mean.
what would you have
Like,
discussed?
see, for auditions and all, if you ever go for auditions, you know this, Cyrus.
Yeah.
You don't. If you want the audition too hard, they can tell.
Yeah.
Right. And you will never perform well if you want it. If you
Yeah.
want it too much.
Yeah.
You have to be a little
can-
a little secure.
I've
Otherwise,
seen a
have some other
guy at
things.
an ad audition when I was much younger.
Yeah.
Because you used to all sit together in those days.
Yeah,
back in
sure.
the 90s. 4 or 5 people would sit together. You were watching it
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
And one of the guys would keep asking more and more questions over one line or two lines that you do in front of camera. It was irritating the guy. Because you're asking too many questions.
Making
These
him
little
remember you.
things. Yeah, you can see he's cancelling you. Because why you ask me 10 questions?
Yeah.
Should I come from the left side and then talk? Should I turn my head? Just do the damn line.
Yeah.
They'd already given some instructions, so that was it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Abijit, you're the corporate guy. Did you have a job in corporate?
No, I did back in the day. For 5 years, I worked in the corporate.
Where do you work?
In your
Then
face.
why were you saying that none
Abijit.
of us have worked in the corporate?
No, I just said
Because
I didn't say
nepotism.
none of us.
She didn't do a job
I said
interview.
it's been a very long time since any of us
yeah.
did a job interview.
Hey, I like
That's why-
Silverie's question. Was it nepotism?
No.
Dad's
Oh.
office? What
Nah,
is it?
I studied engineering, so I got placed.
Okay, got placed.
Oh, so you
College,
did that.
campus placement.
You did that without pressure,
Campus
work for a year or two before you change your mind.
Okay, Ghost Dog has a question. Cyrus, is your son gonna get affected by the professors' union strike in Ontario? Do you know?
I don't know. Yeah, it's going on, but at the moment, there doesn't seem to be a problem. They have exams coming on in April if you want a serious answer. But what he does is that he keeps sending stuff to my wife and not me and
What?
tells her I can't read it, like stuff he's written and marks and things that he's done. So I'm feeling very left out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling very
Okay.
hurt. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm the president. You know,
Happens
that
with fathers.
doesn't-
I think you need to move
Cyrus.
to Canada for some time as well.
No, it's too expensive. I could go to
got it.
Nepal for a couple of weeks.
yeah,
if
do
that
that.
helps. Meet him halfway.
Okay, Rohit Atre asks, did Cyrus manage to find any new Tibbs Frankie outlets?
No, bro.
But
Apna
that's
area
so
mein
very-
wahi hai.
that's so very-
Outside my office, we had one for 2 years.
You know,
The
there's-
pandemic killed it.
there are definitely ones near the office here in Khar. So we'll call you
Yeah,
if you want.
there is, but it opens at 1:30.
Opens at 1:30? Tibbs Frankie opens at 1:30?
No, they never serve you at 11:30, 12. Everything is 1:30. These are all tips. If you're listening, please.
Yeah,
What about
man.
the guy who wakes up
Open up
early?
early.
The
Check.
bird, I only have this worm. I'd never get
When
a
does food
Frankie.
open?
How much to eat the worm? Worm, masala, worm with potato, worm in sauce. Too much worm.
Oh, next one is great. Barnik Bardhan says...
Once when you say next one is great, means all the others were rubbish.
No. This one's even better than the others.
Ah,
Yeah.
much better.
yeah.
Oof.
Barnik Bardhan says...
It's like Batman.
Stop, man. Stop. Okay. Barrik Vardhan says, your guest from a couple of months ago, Anirban Lahiri, the golfer,
Yeah.
won $2.1 million last
Did he really?
Sunday. Yeah, at the Players' Championship. Do you think you were his lucky charm because he has struggled for years?
It's clearly that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Niveditha, you just do the maths on that, yeah? He
Yeah.
comes on the show and 6
I
months
can't
later,
wait
8 months
to
later,
win my
$2.1 million.
you will get your job back. Where were you working?
I really need to get my job.
Where were you working? Which?
I was
like-
in an automotive. I was in the automotive industry. I worked in Mahindra.
Mahindra.
You could have just said Mahindra. No, we all know
Yeah,
Mahindra.
automotive
Why
industry.
set it up like automotive.
I didn't want to say Mahindra because I felt like that would be.
Firstly,
Am I
there's-
allowed to
firstly
say
it's Mahindra.
Mahindra?
There are 2 Mahindras.
There's Mahindra. Oh, I was in MRV. Oh,
Only
wait,
one
wait.
Mahindra.
There was in
There's,
Chennai.
there's only one Narendra.
There's
That
only
I can tell you.
R&D
Mahindra had
department,
something to
I
do with
think.
travel also, no?
Yeah,
Mahindra something?
there is a tourism.
Yeah, Mahindra tourism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Mahindra have the outlets all over. I don't know what it's called. Holiday resorts.
Yeah,
I've
oh,
done
yeah,
some
that's it, that's it.
work with
Yeah.
them.
Mahindra.
Yeah, which is why I had to specify.
Like
Mahindra had-
Sachin Malhotra keeps coming on
Yeah.
those god awful VFX ads,
Terrible.
like, which is so evident it's been shot at home.
Yeah, it
but
should
he's
be.
just like,
Oh.
I'm gonna do
Also,
this
there's the
one,
Mahindra
like-
Blues
And there's all- they
thing that
also-
they do. Mahindra
That
Blues
festival, yes. What are you
yeah.
doing? Are you promoting
I'm just
Mahindra
saying,
now? Are they paying
Mahindra
for this?
different things are doing. Mahindra Singh Dhoni.
I mean, they,
Mahindra
really.
Okay, cool. We'll do this last one. Shack Attack 6285.
Silverie, what was Mahindra and Mahindra's name before earlier, before independence?
So it was
I don't
Pakistan,
know.
India.
Are you
One partner was from Pakistan, one partner was from
yeah,
India.
yeah. What was the name? Cyrus? do you
Mahi?
remember?
What?
I
Is
don't
it
know
Mahi?
no details, but I've done work with them, so I had to do all this research and stuff and events, etc. And so I do remember that was very interesting that they had a Pakistan, but there was no
Well,
Pakistan.
basically,
So there was
earlier it was Muhammad and Mahindra. And
Yeah,
from
correct.
that
Something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You worked there, you didn't know
Whoa.
this.
No, I had no idea.
India was a very secular country.
There's so
That's
many
my
things
point.
I don't know though.
Yeah.
Mahindra.
Mahindra and
Yeah,
Mohammed. Oh,
Mahindra
so
and
that-
Mohammed.
okay.
Yeah,
Chinmay,
like,
there.
yeah.
All right.
Shack Attack 6285 asks, back in India after 7 years, turn TV on for the first time, random channel and Cyrus pops up with Bakra. Does Cyrus still get royalties?
What?
Where? Oh, okay. On Tata Sky, they were
yeah.
playing it. But we don't get anything. They just do what they want. We don't get anything.
Oh my god.
Like I said, we did 200 shows of
Oh, such
different
an
things.
influential show.
But only
for
one
Cyrus.
show did well. We still don't get any money. 199 shows are
Cyrus,
absolute failures.
just out of that Dravid prank, I think you should be making millions because the amount of people who just keep regularly watching that Dravid prank only
Yeah.
are just insane numbers. So yeah, you definitely deserve royalty.
You-
for that.
you do.
Sachin pushes it out a lot. I'm just kidding. Everybody asks that question all the time. I know, what is it with people who are famous? Everybody wants to divide them. So it's always big like Sachin Rahul didn't get along, Kapil Sunny didn't get along. You know, even in music and all, it's like, John and Paul didn't get along. Everybody just my references
That's
are mine.
interesting, no?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gossip.
That's interesting, no?
Yeah, Cyrus and
it's
Kunal don't
gossip.
get along.
If everybody, yeah, all of us get along. Like it's a nice.
In fact, I feel like if you're
Mahindra and Mahindra, for example, I'm just asking.
Mohammed and Mahindra didn't get
No,
along.
stop it.
Mahindra and
They
Mahindra.
did. The politics came in between.
it feels like if your art form starts getting gossiped about a lot, that means your art form is doing well.
Yeah, तरक्की कर रहे हो मतलब समझ लो.
You know, it's happened to comedy now. Stand up has
You're
a lot of
spinner.
gossip.
Yes,
You're a
exactly.
spinner. You
Exactly,
spin
Abhijit,
everything. You
yes.
come here and spin things for us, man.
Yeah, Abhijit got it.
Yeah.
It's from Guru that was, no?
we try to
Yeah.
Niveditha, we tried to initiate a fake fight between me and Puneet last
Yeah,
podcast, but,
that was very
that
fun.
failed.
That was
In the end,
Yeah,
we found
nobody
out.
was buying that.
Forget
That
that.
also did not
You
work.
have to be very
Puneet-
successful.
One second, let me tell you about Puneet.
Yeah.
Puneet was giving him left, right, and center and been quite aggro, which I've never seen him. In fact, I felt he was being more aggro than Mr. Ganguly. And then we find out that
Puneet was being aggressive.
yeah, not in
I
a
mean,
bad
no,
way, in a
like-
funny way.
like,
But listen,
yeah,
listen.
mock.
They go back a long way, so they can take liberties with each other. But the funny part in all that is finally it comes out that Puneet owes money to Abijit. I'm like, what? And you're still, I mean, it should be the other way around then. He should be abusing you when you owe money. But no. It was hilarious.
My God.
And then they ended with that. We'll meet at Lakshmi Bar. They
Yeah,
did the
like
same
in Powai,
thing.
yes.
Powai.
Yes,
Lakshmi
the
next in
weekend,
Powai.
the weekend before that, me,
Veg place, by the
Puneet
way.
Kanye and other
No,
comics,
for payment.
Sriram, Andy, we were all chilling over there. Yes, and we were doing this same Delhi banter. You know, it's an endless topic. Delhi Bombay comedy scenes banter. So yeah, it was a continuation of that.
Yeah. And the funny part is now they're going to meet up again, continue the banter, and then he will bring the money that he owes. I mean, this is the difference between the Bengali and like, let's say, the Gujarati or the Sindhi or whatever. He doesn't want to bring it up also. It's okay. It's not so important. Yeah, the paisa. It's not that important. But it was fun. I want to know how that plays out, bro. You got to tell us when that payment is made. We get Puneet back on soon. Yeah.
Just to find out.
Oh, we're done apparently. Niveditha has to go to her
Yeah,
new job
AMAs are done.
at Ferrari.
Oh,
Right?
God. They will
Auto-
never
auto.
hire me again.
Well, their name says it twice. Why can't they hire you again? I work for you, Mahindra. Now I want to work for you, Mahindra. All right, that's it.
Which Mahindra do you want to work for?
This was in Mumbai?
No, Chennai.
Bad.
There's R&D in Chennai.
Oh,
so that's
last
why
thing has come in. Abijit and Cyrus' thoughts on UCL.
Ooh.
What is UCL?
Champions League, you're saying?
Yeah.
No?
Okay.
UCL.
Oh,
Yeah.
you see.
Yeah, man, United got knocked out. Like for 2 days, 2 mornings, like some Manchester team related good news is coming. First, I could get up and get to know yesterday
City.
that City drew with
Drew.
Crystal Palace and dropped points. And today, United got knocked out by Atletico Madrid. But I think they played well. I think they deserved, like in the second leg at least, or United, because I saw the first half, then I dozed off. Because
I don't know about the whole of India, but in my area where people I am around, they're all Man U fans. So it's quite irritating, honestly. And while they were
But
down,
it's a generation thing, Cyrus, because United was very successful then. So everybody was supporting United, and all the good people, decent people were supporting Liverpool. Then,
it's divided. So Liverpool, Chelsea, you could divide between Man City and all the 3-4 divide. 10% of the population, 90% is Man U. At least in my area, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Less people support India in my area.
City is winning a lot of things. A lot of younger people have are rooting for City. So
You
it's
think?
just like whichever teams are more successful, people like to go for.
Let's
that
talk
one.
about a young
Yes.
person right now. Sir, who are you supporting?
I support a team called Wrexham United, owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney.
Oh.
Yes.
Best football
Nice.
team ever.
Yes, great.
Fair enough.
They are not even in the EPL. They are trying to qualify for the EPL right now.
Okay, the Comedian Files is over. Watch the movie. Theatre next to you. It's our story.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.
Love fighting?
We've got you covered.
Check out our show, The Fighting Goat, where we, the voices of the internet, Arjun Chipalkatti and Somesh Kamra, bring to you crazy weekly action on your favorite combat show, The Fighting Goat.
Be it commentary, breakdown, predictions, analysis of styles and techniques.
And of course, your round of favorite fighters.
You can listen to us every Thursday on the IVM Podcast app, website, and all major podcast streaming platforms.
सफर, रास्ते, मंजिल और मुकाम अक्सर ये हमसे कुछ कहना चाहते हैं, पर हम हैं कि अपनी रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में इन्हें सुनने से कतराते हैं। नमस्ते दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है केशव चतुर्वेदी और मैं आपको ले चलूंगा कुछ ऐसे सफर पर जहां आपको एक नया नजरिया मिलेगा सफर और मंजिलों को देखने का। आइए इन किस्से कहानियों में डूब जाएं। हर मंगलवार और शुक्रवार